friends, welcome back to Ouroboros Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is looking into new connections. So I have 4 piles to choose from today, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Go ahead and pause this video if you need to. Take as much time as you need to find the pile that sits right with your energy as well as with your person's, and I will see you in a minute. Hi pile 1. So today's pick a card reading is looking into a new connection. So a new connection of yours, we're checking in on the energies. These cards here are going to show us how this person views you, what their first impressions of you are. We also have cards to determine what their intentions are, how they think you're feeling. And we're also going to pull tarot and see what it is that they want from this connection. So, to start pile 1, we have companion, passion, balance, the golden egg, and the spotted lanternfly. Okay, they've never met anyone like you before. This is something that really kind of unsettles them, if I'm being honest. They're not, it's something that's shaken them up. The impression that they have of you is something that has kind of shook them. They're not quite sure what to think of you. They see so much magic and potential here. And when I see the golden egg, what this is telling me is that you've struck their heart. There's a part of their heart that has been touched by you, and they don't know what to make of this. And so right now, they're really trying to figure out how to go about this. Do they want to have just a friendship with you, or do they want to be your lover? Obviously, there are signs here indicating that they want to be your lover. But the thing is that this is such an unsettling feeling for them. They're not sure whether or not they can trust themselves to make the right decision so that they don't get hurt. Whenever you let anyone into your heart, you always are accepting the fact that there's the potential to be hurt. And right now, they are very fearful of that, and they're unsure of which direction this connection is going to head right now. Let's go ahead and look into what it is that they want from this connection. Let's see if anything comes through. What do they want? What does pile 1's person want? Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups, the 8 of Wands, the Sun reversed, what do they want? King of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles. Okay. So obviously with the Ace of Cups here, what this is telling me is that they do want a romantic connection. This is something that they desire in this particular connection with you, is an emotional, intimate, romantic connection. I also get the feeling that there needs to be communication with the 8 of Wands, and they're very worried. They want to communicate their fears, their concerns, and one of the concerns that they have is that this connection, being in a romantic connection with you, might set them back in terms of the healing that they have done. I get the feeling that they feel very triggered by you for some reason. The King of Wands, obviously, and is coming out right underneath passion. This person desires you. There's a desire for a physical union as well. But it's not something that is a fling. I don't see anything here indicating that they desire to just have a one-night stand or a fling. They're willing to take things slow, see where things go, because this person genuinely is interested in you. Let's keep going. What do they want with pile 1? We have the 2 of Wands, the Emperor, okay, the Devil reversed, the Magician, and the 2 of Swords. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. Okay. So this person definitely doesn't want to play games. They don't want to put you through the ringer or make you feel as though they're using you or trying to manipulate or play you. They really want to be forthright and honest. There is a great desire here with the Emperor and the 8 of Wands to be the one in control. They are wanting to have an intimate romantic connection with you, but they need to feel as though they are in control in order to feel safe. The Devil coming out reversed right underneath the Sun reversed is further confirming to me that they have serious concerns about dependency, codependency, about falling into old patterns that they've realized do not serve them, but can sometimes be a self-protective measure when it comes to not wanting to be hurt. And so this is something that they're very fearful of, and they don't want that to happen. With the Magician here, this is telling me that they want a connection with you in which they feel empowered rather than in which they feel entrapped. But the 2 of Swords here, what this is telling me, there's decisions that need to be made. We have 2 different cards with the number 2. We have the 2 of Wands coming out over the Ace of Cups. They want to try to come up with a plan in a way in which they can achieve this romantic union without being hurt or without falling into low vibrational patterns. But at the same time, with the 7 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords, they're only willing to do this if they can come to the conclusion that they can trust you. Let's go ahead and look into what they think you're feeling. So when it comes to what they think you're feeling, we have number 57, Twin, the Fault Line, Health, and number 15, Hiding. So when it comes to what they think you're feeling, they're under the impression that you see their weakness. You see the cracks within them that, like you see their Achilles tendon. You could ruin them, and you're aware of it. And not only that, but they think that you can see their insecurities. Like you can see through them. They also think that you feel a strong connection to them as well. With Twin here, there's an element here of them being under the impression that you feel as though this is a spiritual connection. There's a deeper purpose or meaning behind why you two have met. However, with Health here, it seems like they're under the impression that you're not going to be somebody who waits or tiptoes around elephants in the room. So if this person can't get it together, can't make a decision, can't be forthright and honest and action-oriented, you are willing to walk away in their eyes. You're willing to do what's best for you in terms of what is healthy and what is positive for your life and your journey. So that's what I'm seeing for how they think that you feel currently. So there's definitely a lot of insecurities coming through. Let's also go ahead and look at what their intentions are. So for when it comes to what their intentions are, we have number 56, the Wanderer, Happy, and number 63, After Completion. So what this is telling me is that there might be some mirroring here or some projecting, like how they were thinking that you are somebody who will walk away in the name of being a healthy individual or doing what's best for you. They are also intending on doing the same thing. They're intending on figuring out whether or not they can trust you. And if they can, great. They're going to jump right in. If they feel as though they can't, they're still going to do what is best for them. So if that means walking away, then that's what they're going to do. But what they're hoping for, obviously, is romantic union with you. This person definitely is intrigued by you, attracted to you, definitely likes you. They just need some reassurance. And at the end of the day, their biggest goal in life is to have peace and happiness. So that's what I'm seeing for that. Let's go ahead and get some advice. We'll do some affirmators from the relationship deck. What advice is there for pile 1 when it comes to this connection? Compassion. I choose compassion over criticism. Walking a mile in other people's shoes reminds me that they might be going through something tougher than I think. Like their shoes are too tight, or they're the kind of shoes that are too casual to be dressy and too dressy to be casual. Basically, I have no idea what they're dealing with privately, so I'll cut them some slack and be thankful for the shoes I've been dealt. All right, pile 1, well, this is what I'm seeing for you today. Thank you so much for giving me the chance to read for you, and I hope that I'll have the chance to read for you in another video soon. Bye! Hello, pile 2. So today's pick a card reading is looking into newer connections. We're just going to be doing an energy check-in. So these cards here are going to indicate what their first impressions of you are, how they currently are viewing you. We're also going to get in with the tarot to see what it is that they want with you. We'll look into how they think that you're feeling toward them, as well as what their intentions for this connection are. So, pile 2, to start, we have teacher, success, rest, snake, and cougar. Okay. So first and foremost, pile 2, you have made a pretty sincere and profound impression on your person. It seems as though you may have seen something in them or inspired something in them that they had not recognized themselves. And it feels good to be around people like that. It seems as though you're somebody who perhaps is a little bit more introverted. And keep in mind that this is all through their perspective. They might not know you very well, so this could be a wrong impression. But introvertedness is something that I'm picking up very strongly here. They think that you're somebody who really prefers the solitary life. You could potentially be older than this person, but really the biggest takeaway I'm getting is that they see you as somebody whose inner world is very secluded and very special and sacred and only for yourself and for perhaps a select few to be invited in. They also see you as somebody who's successful. If you are older, it could be that there's an element here of insecurity on their end, of not feeling as though they can keep up or they are as successful. However, they're looking at you as somebody who inspires them. They see you as somebody who has a lot of wisdom to offer them. And based on what I'm seeing here, this is all very positive in terms of how they see you. Let's go ahead and look into what it is that they want in this connection, or from this connection. What is it that pile 2's person wants from this connection? Okay, we have the 8 of Swords. Let's see, we have the Fool, the Sun. What is it that they want from this connection? We have the Knight of Cups. The 5 of Cups. Okay, so first and foremost, I would say, I'll go ahead and pull more cards in a minute, but I would say that they're really hoping that, well, let me just talk about the Knight of Cups first. The Knight of Cups is telling me that this person is romantically interested in you. So if that's something that you've been wondering about, there is an element here of being interested in you. There also might be an element of wanting to make your world a little bit brighter if you've been in this Five of Cups energy. There's a desire here to come in and make your life better, be a positive asset to your life, to add some positivity to it. They don't want to be somebody who takes away your joy. They want to be somebody who is a positive addition to your life. I think they're also hoping with this Eight of Swords that you will continue to teach them, and in continuing to teach them, they will heal and evolve and become a better person. They seem to be all in right now with the Fool. Like they're ready to see what's up, to try this. Let's keep going. What is it that they want? Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, what is it that they want? Okay. Okay, so we have the Two of Swords, the Page of Swords, and Death. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Four of Cups. Okay. So I definitely get the feeling that this person is younger or doesn't have a whole lot of experience when it comes to relationships, especially romantic relationships. It seems as though they're viewing this connection or viewing you as somewhat of a savior, or somewhat of like a, if I could get this, then I would feel better. Like they're putting a lot of emphasis and responsibility on this connection when it comes to how they feel. So I think that is something to be aware of. It seems like they're hoping to gain confidence from this connection. It seems as though they're hoping to gain the ability to feel more confident and trusting in their own decisions. They're hoping to gain experience when it comes to how to be a good partner. And with the Five of Cups and Death, if they're going through anything, they're hoping that this connection is going to make them feel better. And if they're not, and it's you who's been going through some things, they're hoping that they can end that pain for you. With the Four of Cups here, it seems as though I kind of get the feeling with the Four of Cups, like this person might be somebody who seeks out either emotionally unavailable people or chases after emotionally unavailable people. They like the chase. And they're kind of hoping that there's going to be a chase here. Let's go ahead and see what it is that they think that you're feeling. We have surrender, the Lover, and dependency. So they're absolutely, with the Lover here, they're absolutely under the impression that you have a crush on them, that you like them, that you're interested in them romantically as well, that you're attracted to them, all of that. But it seems like with surrender here and dependency, they're definitely still picking up on this introvertedness, where perhaps they're thinking that you're a little bit fearful of someone taking over your inner world, or taking over your free time, taking over your independence, and it's something that you're very fearful of. They feel as though you are still desiring independence and singleness, even though you are interested in them. And with surrender here, this to me just shows maturity. This to me shows me that they're under the impression that you are much more mature than them, and you are able to go with the flow. And that's kind of the state in which they think you're in right now, is in a state of flow, of just accepting things how they are, seeing where things go, not so much overthinking this connection as much as perhaps they are. But yeah, and then these cards here represent what their intentions are. So we have limits and connections and breathe. So their intentions, what they intend on doing, pile 2, is they intend on they intend on testing boundaries, seeing how far they can go, seeing how far this connection can go. They really want to get to know you, your boundaries, and obviously respect them. They're not doing this so that they can take advantage of you. It's more so that they're trying to learn more about you so that they can show up in a way in which you need rather than what it is that they want. And I think also with breathe here, they're definitely wanting to give you space and also be in a state of surrender. So that's kind of what they're working on right now. Let's go ahead, last but not least, and get you an affirmator from the relationships deck. Okay, what do they need to hear? Okay, we have I'm a catch. I'm a total catch, and I know all the reasons why. I know that anyone would be lucky to be with me, and that doesn't mean I'm arrogant or snobby. Self-respect is just one of many qualities exhibited by this complete and utter babe. All right, pile 2. Well, this is what I'm seeing for you today. If this resonated, I would love to hear about how it did in the comment section down below. Thank you so much, pile 2, for giving me the chance to read for you today, and I hope that I'll have the chance to read for you in another video soon. Bye! Hi, pile 3. So today's pick a card reading is looking into newer connections, and essentially we're going to be looking into how they see you, what their first impressions of you are. We're going to look into how they think you feel. We're going to look into what it is that they want out of this connection, as well as what their intentions are. So to start, pile 3, they're currently seeing you as the Avenger. The light attribute of the Avenger is the desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself, and the shadow attribute is resorting to violence in the name of a cause. We also have the Boar, the Hyena, Ghost, and Comfort. Okay, so this is really interesting. There could have been with Ghost here, this person could have ghosted you, or you could have ghosted them. But another thing that I'm picking up on with Ghost is that they're under the impression that there are certain aspects of your past that you have not moved past. Perhaps you were talking about something from your past when you guys last met up, or perhaps this is just an assumption that they have based on just their own experiences. But whatever the case, they're definitely thinking that there's something that you haven't moved past. It also feels like with the Boar, Avenger, and Hyena, that they see you as somebody who might be somewhat aggressive, or like maybe not aggressive. Maybe the word would be more so like masculine, more in their masculine energy. Very quick-witted, very funny, very good with their words, but perhaps harsh in them at times. But then with Comfort here, it's like the polar opposite of what everything else is showing me. It's like they see you and they can't quite get a grip on who you are. They're not quite sure. And of course, that probably has to do with the fact that this is a new connection and they don't know you all that well. They haven't been around you for that long, so it would make sense. It would make sense that they can't quite put their finger on you yet. But that's what I'm seeing. They feel confused by who you are or what their impression of you is. They're not entirely sure. And part of it might be because they ghosted you, so they didn't give it a chance. Okay, let's see what else comes through. What is it that they want out of this connection? What do they want out of this connection? Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups. What do they want out of this connection? We have the Ace of Cups. The Page of Cups. King of Swords. Five of Pentacles. I'm actually going to pull all of the cards right now because I need a little bit of clarity. Okay. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Sun, Four of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Devil. This is fuckboy energy. I kind of felt like it was, but everything, the first cards that I pulled were all really positive, and it just didn't feel like that was the whole story, and so I needed to pull the rest of the cards to clarify. With the Page of Cups and the Sun, I would say that if this person did ghost you, they are wanting to come forward with an apology and kind of like smooth things over. But this person doesn't really seem like somebody who genuinely wants to have an emotional, deep connection with anybody. We have the Ace of Cups, which represents deep emotional overpours in connections. But then we have the Four of Pentacles right underneath it, which is telling me that this person is really keeping their heart space closed off. They don't have a desire in this connection to make it emotional. And I see it here too with the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Swords. This is something that's very scary for them. The idea of emotional intimacy is something that's very scary to them. And also I get the feeling with the Queen of Cups that they are viewing you as this Queen of Cups. And in doing so, they're recognizing that as a Queen of Cups, you're very intuitive, emotional, heart-centered. And they're recognizing that by continuing to have a connection with you, it's going to be harmful to you, but they still want it anyway. They seem to be somebody who keeps the people in their life that they're dating in limbo, where they kind of like breadcrumb them, and that's what their intentions are here, is to breadcrumb you. To breadcrumb you, to give you just enough crumbs to make you happy and to make you feel as though you're clear-minded, clear-headed, but at the same time they intend on leaving you often. And with the Devil here, the what this is telling me is that what they want out of this connection is sex, hookups. Let's go ahead and look into how they think you're feeling. So they think you're feeling judgment, love grows love, and gnosis. So they're thinking, so there's a couple of things that I'm picking up on. If they ghosted you, they think that you don't know why, and you're very confused by this. If they didn't ghost you, what this is telling me is that they think that you don't know how you feel about them either, but they know that you have a desire, or they're at least under the impression that you have a desire to have an intimate emotional connection with somebody, but you don't know if it's them. And quite frankly, it's because you can see through them. You see certain traits of them. And that might honestly be why there's this aggressiveness here that I was seeing, is that perhaps you call them out on their bullshit. But yeah, there's definitely... They definitely don't think that you are viewing them as your knight in shining armor. And then when it comes to what their intentions are, I have two cards here. I have Round and Round and number 50, Gentle Penetration. Okay. Okay. Yeah, fuck boy. This is a fuck boy. Fuck person. Who has no intention of grounding this, has no intention of ever actually making this something more than just a casual fling, a hookup. They want physical intimacy, and that's it. Let's go ahead and get you guys an affirmator. Let's see what advice comes through for you guys. I'm really sorry if this is something that you have been wanting with this person. You obviously deserve so much better than this. And if this is something where you're also looking for something casual, then I would say that this is probably a good thing. You guys are on the same page. But I get the feeling that for some of you, this is very hurtful. Depth. As new people show up in my life, I look for all the weird, wonderful, complex layers below their surface. I can't be surprised by someone's depth of character unless I'm willing to peel back the outer layers and go a little deeper. It's like the brand new saying goes, don't judge an onion by its haircut. I think really like the biggest piece of advice that I'm getting from this is to see how deep that this person can go, and then practice acceptance in where it is that their limits are, and then decide from there whether or not you want this. But of course, I think it's also really important to remember, pile 3, that just because somebody is fearful of intimacy, 1, doesn't mean that you can change them, but 2, it doesn't mean that it has anything to do with you or them not wanting you. It has everything to do with their relationship with themselves. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys, pile 3. Thank you so much for watching, and if this resonated, I would love to hear about how it did in the comment section down below. I hope that I will have the chance to read for you again in another video, hopefully one that's more positive soon. Bye, pile 3. Hi, pile 4. So today's pick a card reading is looking into new connections. So we're going to be looking into what their impression of you is, how they see you. We'll also look into what it is that they want from this connection, how they think you're feeling, as well as what their intentions are. So to start pile 4, we have the rescuer. The light attributes of the rescuer are provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. We have the whale, salamander, sweetness, and rejection. Okay. So, pile 4, it seems like this person thinks of you as somebody who is non-conforming, somebody who is much different or goes against the status quo, goes against what society deems as appropriate or the best course of action, whatever that might be. I get the feeling that for some of you, this might be a connection that's from the past, that's being rekindled. Perhaps it's been a long time since you guys last were in connection and it's starting again, but that doesn't have to be the case. It just seems like there's an element here of like perhaps you came back into this person's life because they really needed you, rather than this was something that you like actually wanted, and you're just a genuinely kind, loving person who isn't afraid of big feelings. But with rejection here, I get the feeling that they don't feel as though you genuinely wanted to be there. Or like you're just not all that interested. And of course, if this is a connection that is brand spanking new and there isn't any past history, what this is telling me is that they saw you as somebody who was really sweet, very kind, very different than who they normally go after. But perhaps you weren't all that interested in what it is that they were bringing to the table. But let's go ahead and look into what it is that they want from this connection. What is it that pile 4's person wants from this connection? Okay, we have the 2 of Cups. What is it that they want from this connection? Queen of Swords, Star, Nine of Swords, and the Six of Swords. Yeah, this to me feels like a connection that has history. And what they're hoping for is reunion of some kind in which mistakes from the past are healed, clarity is given, and anything from the past that, any questions from the past that were left unanswered are now answerable, and peace can be found. Okay. We have the Two of Wands, the Devil, Knight of Wands. Okay. Six of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers. Yeah, this person wants union. This person has the intention of, or desires to have, a relationship with you that is based in romance, intimacy. This person really likes you and wants to right any wrongs that have happened, and fight for you. They don't want you to leave. They feel as though there's been things that have been left unsaid and on their end, and they want to express how they actually feel. They want to express the passion they feel. But there's definitely an element of dependency here, codependency here. Like, they're viewing this as like, if I could just get this person back, everything would be better. But they're really, really attached to the outcome. They're really attached to the outcome coming in a specific way. And they're planning. They absolutely want a fresh start with you. Let's see what they think you're feeling. So we have purpose, make-believe, the unseen, gifts from the past, and imagination. So I get the feeling that they think that you two are not on the same page. Like, you don't want union, or you don't want a fresh start with this person. It seems like you've been there, done that. And perhaps you're okay with a fresh start in their eyes, but not on a romantic level. Like, you want a fresh start, but it's more so in terms of a friendship or an acquaintanceship. And doing anything other than that would be lying to yourself about how you're feeling. It seems like they think you've already learned all of the lessons you needed to learn. You've already said everything that it is that you need to say. They don't think that you want the same thing as them, but they're really, really hoping for a different outcome. When it comes to what their intentions are, pile 4, we have number 2, yang, and number 6, conflict. They truly believe that you two don't want the same thing. And they also recognize that pushing this when you two aren't on the same page is not going to get them anywhere. So they are intending on retreating into a more feminine energy in which they wait and see. They want to be more receptive. They want to pay more attention to your energy and your feelings to see where the potential is. So I would say that they probably don't really have any intentions of actually moving this connection along. They're waiting to see what it is that you do. Let's go ahead and get you some advice. What advice is there for pile 4? Okay, we have 2 that came out. Loyalty. I'm there for the people I care about in whatever way they need me. Ride to the airport? No problem. Bail you out of jail? You bet. Go see your band again? Maybe. The point is, when I stand with them, I know I'm a part of something special. And to be honest, it doesn't suck to look around and remember they're standing with me too. And we have compliments. I know how good it feels to get a compliment, so I give that gift to others. I'll find a nice compliment for everyone I interact with today, even if I have to think really hard about it. In which case, I can follow up by complimenting myself for solving such a compliment puzzle. Wow, I'm skilled. All right, pile 4. Well, that's what I'm seeing for you today. If this resonated, I would love to hear about how it did in the comment section down below. Thank you so much, pile 4, for giving me the chance to read for you. And I hope that I'll see you in another video soon. Bye!